There is a man running. He is not running to catch a bus or for exercise. He is running for land, as much land as he can claim before the sun sets. And as his legs give out, as his lungs tear open, as the blood fills his throat, he crosses the finish line, and then he dies. His grave is dug right there on the spot, 6 feet long, 3 feet wide, and that is how much land a man actually needs. The famous writer, Leo Tolstoy, wrote this story in 1886, and somehow it has never been more relevant than it is in our modern times. Before we talk about Pakhom, the man at the center of this story, let's talk about the man who wrote it. Leo Tolstoy was not a poor man writing about poverty. Tolstoy was one of the wealthiest landowners in Russia. He had estates, serfs, horses, and orchards. And yet, by the time Tolstoy sat down to write this short parable, he had undergone a profound transformation. Philosopher Tolstoy had become disgusted by ownership, not just his own, but the very concept. Tolstoy was against the idea that a human being could look at the earth, this ancient, living, breathing thing that existed long before us and will exist long after, and say, "This is mine." He called private property one of the great moral diseases of civilization. So he wrote a story. How much land does a man need? A simple, brutal, yet unforgettable story. It's a story about a man named Pakhom. Pakhom is a peasant. He works hard. He is not a bad man. He has a wife, a home, a small plot of land. Life is difficult, but manageable, until one day, a conversation changes everything. His wife's sister visits from the city and brags about urban life. Pakhom's wife pushes back, says peasant life is simpler, better, more honest. And Pakhom, overhearing all this, thinks to himself, "Our only trouble is that we don't have enough land." Pakhom says, "If I had plenty of land, I wouldn't fear the devil himself." Tolstoy is giving us a warning right here in the opening paragraphs, because the devil is actually listening, as devil is in the room, and he smiles. Soon after, Pakhom gets his first piece of land, a small plot. It is wonderful. He is content for a moment, but then a neighbor's cows wander onto his field. Horses trample his crops, and someone cuts down his trees. Seeing all this, Pakhom, who was once content, starts fighting. He files complaints, takes people to court. He wins some cases and loses other. But with every battle, something hardens inside him. Pakhom starts to believe that if only he had more land, a bigger buffer, none of this would happen. So he moves. He sells everything and relocates to a new settlement where land is cheap and plentiful. This time he gets 100 acres. That is more than he ever imagined owning. And for a brief, glorious moment, he is again satisfied. But then one day, Pakhom hears about the Bashkirs, nomadic people on the open steppe. Simple, generous, and warm. And they have land, so much land that you could not walk around it in a year. A passing merchant tells Pakhom he bought 13,000 acres for just 1,000 rubles, practically nothing. And here is where Tolstoy twists the knife. Pakhom does not think, "I have enough. I am grateful." Pakhom thinks, "Why am I paying so much here when I could get so much more for so much less?" Now, the disease has fully taken hold of him. Pakhom travels for days, hundreds of miles, to reach the Bashkir settlement. The Bashkirs are generous beyond expectation. They welcome him with feasts, kumis, mutton, music. They are happy people. They have no need for more. Their elder makes Pakhom a simple offer. Walk as much land as you like, from sunrise to sunset, and all the land you can walk around in a single day will be yours. However, Elder says, there is one condition: that you must return to the spot where you started before the sun sets. If you fail to return, you will get nothing. Pakhom asked, "The price?" Elder replied, 1,000 rubles, a fixed fee. Pakhom cannot sleep that night. He lies in his tent imagining the circuit he will walk. He will go out wide, very wide, and claim the most fertile pieces: the river bend, the lush meadow, the rich black soil. He dreams, and in the dream, he sees himself lying dead. He wakes up, shakes it off. It was just a dream. At dawn, Pakhom climbs a small hill. The elder places his fox fur cap on the ground. they are living on it. Tolstoy is showing us two ways of relating to